Hello students, today we will discuss a new topic and the topic name is vending machine. What is vending machine? Vending machine is a form of retailing in which goods are sold with the help of slot machine operated by coins or tokens. This type of retailing is most popular in western countries and these machines are used for selling of products like hot beverages like tea, coffee, soft drinks, milk, platform tickets, etc. Automated teller machine, that is ATM, is widely used as a vending machine in the banking services. Now we discuss some features related to the vending machine, that is first is self-service system. In vending machine there is no need for the salesperson or employee, so there the operating cost is low. Need of coins and tokens. To operate the vending machine there is need for the coins and tokens. 24/7 shopping. This vending machine provides facilities for every time. Then suitable for the product. The product vending machines are useful to sell low price product which have been specially packed for the machine. Products should be uniform in size and weights. The goods must also high turnover in order to avoid high operating cost. Now we discuss some advantages. First is anytime shopping, as it facilitates the vending machine provide facilities for 24/7. Then self-service, there is no need for any salesperson or employees. Here the customer develop their self-habit. Then first services, as this is a machine, it provides first service. Then more satisfaction to the customer about the quality and quantity of the product. Now we discuss about some disadvantages related to the vending machine. First is costly. Initially the installation of vending machine and their repair and maintenance require high cost. Then no prior inspection. Here the consumer cannot feel or see the product before buying any product. Goods cannot be returned. Then customized product. So here the products have to be developed according to the requirement of the machine. So these are the concept of vending machine. The next topic is Chamber of Commerce and Industry. It was formed as an association of business and industrial houses in order to promote and protect their common interests and goals. Example of Chamber of Commerce and Industries are CII, that is Confederation of Indian Industry, FICCI, that is Federation of Indian Chamber of Commerce and Industries. These associations are basically guide for the trade, commerce and industry. These associations are aimed to guide trade, industries and commerce. This also play the important role in promoting and strengthening the internal trade, and it also aimed at providing sound infrastructure facilities and simplify the tax structure. So this is the concept of Chamber of Commerce and Industry. Now we will discuss some functions related to the Chamber of Commerce and Industry. First function is transportations or interstate movement of goods. The chambers facilitates promotion of interstate movement of goods. The next is octroi and local levies. Octroi and local taxes are collected by the local government on the goods and from people entering in the state or municipal limits. The chambers ensure that such taxes are not imposed at the cost of smooth transportation. Next is harmonization of tax structure. The chambers of commerce constantly interact with the government to harmonize the tax structure in different states. Next is marketing of agro product and related issues. The next is weight and measures and prevention of duplication brands. Then excise duty. Here the central excise is the main source of revenue of the central government imposed by it across the states. The chambers regularly interact with the government to rationalize excise duty as it affects the pricing of commodities. Next is promoting the sound infrastructure, and the last is labor legislation. The Chamber of Commerce constantly interact with the government to formulate simple and flexible labor law, compensation act, retrenchment act, etc. in order to maximize production and generate employment. Discuss some important document required for the internal trade. First document is pro forma invoice. Pro forma invoice is a statement sent by the seller containing detailed information about the product. The detailed information are product's quality, quantity, weight, size, grade, etc. The next is invoice. Invoice is a statement sent in case of credit purchase by the seller to the buyer starting therein the particular of the goods purchased. So this invoice is also known as bills and memo. The next is debit note. Debit note is a note sent by one party to another party informing that the other party that his account is debited in the sender's book. And credit note is also a note sent by one party to another party informing the other party that his account is credited in the sender's book. Next document is lorry receipt or LR. It is a receipt issued by the transport company to the consignor. Consignor is a person who sent the goods. So consignor of goods undertaking to carry the goods on lorry to the place of destination and deliver the same as for the instruction of the consignor. This is also known as your transport receipt. Next is railway receipt or RR. It is a receipt issued by the railway authorities to the consignor of the goods undertaking to the carry the goods from the booking station to the destination and deliver the same as per the instruction of the consignor. So here these are all of the documents required at the time of internal trade. So this is all about our today's class. Hope you guys understand this topic. Thank you for watching.